What's going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to the match preview for the Carabao Cup Final between Manchester United and Newcastle United. Matty Renton has had to come down. He's had to come down to UVHQ for the big one. Wow, massive game on Sunday. We're coming off the back of a massive win. We're confident. We're firing all cylinders. You boys, not firing on all cylinders, but I've had a great season. Still have had a great season. But what it means to the Newcastle fans and the players is insane. So in terms of wanting it more, you can't split who wants it more. In terms of even who needs it more, you know, with you trying to, you know, under the new ownership, that'll be a great coup for you to get a trophy at the first time of asking, pretty much in a new regime and within the first year of it or just over. Man United, Erik ten Hag, first available trophy. If he wins that sets us on our way. So, how you feeling about it, bro? How you feeling about this game?
I'm buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing, mate. I mean, I've never been to Wembley as a Newcastle fan in my life.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Last time, you ruined my childhood when I was just a few years old. Do you know what I mean? 99 FA Cup final. The league in the, what was it, 96, 97, 12 points clear, blew it. So many times Man United have ruined my childhood. So now I'm in adulthood. I want things to go a bit different. Do you know what I mean? We're really hoping, but all that's in the past now. You know, this is a new Newcastle. It's a new era, new ownerships, Eddie Howe. And like you said, we are quite the opposite of you in terms of form, everything that's going right. You know, we went off the boil a little bit in recent weeks. Too many draws, key players missing, but Bruno Guimaraes is back on the weekend. And the big thing is that all the Newcastle players have had one eye on this final since the quarter-final, I think, since the semi-final. You know, they have constantly been focused on this.
This is the reason. It down a bit, but really,
this is the reason why we fell off, because they've all been looking at. We fell out of the top four because they've all been thinking about the cup final.
You think that's 100%,
100%, yeah, because they're looking at it. These players know they can become heroes on the weekend. It's massive. Yes, I know it's big for Manchester United, but listen, we haven't won a domestic trophy in nearly 70 years. You know, I mean, we won a European trophy like 50 odd years ago, so it's been so long, and the club's craving it, the city's craving it, and having local lads in the team like your Dan Burn, your Sean Longstaffs, they know how big it is. They know how big it is.
That's what's weird about it for our point of view, because if Man United were to be where they should be and have been for a long time before this period of not being there, a Carabao Cup is like, you know, it should be the stocking filler to be going on to win the league. And, you know, it galvanises the squad. Look, City have taken this competition very seriously. What did they win it?
4 years in a row.
4 years in a row, didn't they? So that shows you, know, especially recent times, it can galvanise the squad and you shouldn't look down on it. But Man United, we're in a position where actually this is of more significance than a Carabao Cup at Old Trafford normally would be. You know, what rival fans would say is, oh, Man United shouldn't be celebrating the Carabao Cup. That's just light work. You did that under Jose. That's not really progress. But for this Man United team, it absolutely is. For this Erik ten Hag side, for this manager coming in, bro, and having like the galvanisation that he's had and the impact on this squad, if we win it, which I'm confident we will, which we'll talk about, but if we do, it gives all of our players the kind of the first like reward for like buying into what this manager's putting down, where we've knocked out Barcelona, albeit yes, okay, it's in the second tier of European football in the Europa League, but that could have been
that game felt like a Champions League game.
Exactly. Next year that's going to be a Champions League game, you know, sort of thing. And the numbers and the viewing figures and the type of game it was over 2 legs was a Champions League game. But we've proved we can beat them, you know, at this stage of our development. And for us to win a trophy and for Erik ten Hag to win a trophy at the first time of asking is going to be massive. And that's what's really interesting about this game, is that how both teams need it, but for different reasons. But what I will say is, there's different types of pressures. You guys' pressure is more like you said, they haven't had a trophy in God knows when, haven't been to Wembley for a long time, etc., etc. Different type of pressure. Man United's pressure is like, they should be winning that game. Like, they're favourites.
You're favourites now.
We're favourites, you know what I mean? I'm comfortable saying we're favourites, but that makes this very dangerous. And like you said, you've got literally Newcastle players playing to say, like, we can write ourselves into Newcastle's history. And actually, for your new regime, that's like the first reward that they get for the Saudis, you know, investing. A year and a bit later, they've got a trophy, they've gone to Wembley, they're in the top 4 or Europe. Like, it's all starting to click in for you guys, where you can say, our process has started.
This kind of feels like the perfect track for Newcastle United. You know, I think maybe asking for an FA Cup within the first year and a bit of a push. But if you start off with the Carabao Cup, you manage to get top 4, top 5, and then next year you take that league a bit more seriously. You take the FA Cup more seriously because we got knocked out of the FA Cup from Sheffield Wednesday, made loads of changes. But it's like the building blocks. It's like the start. This is where the new era really feels like it's got lift off. Surviving relegation was the primary target.
That sounds.
The
Even
only
hearing
target.
you say
This is the mad thing. How fast tracked this whole thing has been. Because this time last year we were in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
And then,
this is when Eddie Howe started to get it together.
Yeah. And then we're in a relegation battle all season till the last month or so. And then fast forward a year, we've just slipped out the top 4 the other day. Yeah. We're in the final of a cup competition. It's unbelievable the progress that's been made in such a short amount of time. Yeah. And that is what I think makes you the favourites because, well, maybe on paper as well for the majority and because of the form that you're in. But I just think Newcastle can go into it with the pressure off a little bit. If this was Newcastle United when we were playing Leicester, everyone would be like, Newcastle favourites, new ownership, got to win it, spent the money, got to win. Now it's just like, we'll play Man United, just see what happens, you know what I mean? Like, enjoy the occasion. I don't want to be that fan where it's just like, I enjoy being out at Wembley.
No, you want to win,
you want to go in there, win, and every single one of those players want that as well.
Losing this final would be awful for us. Obviously, it wouldn't undo all the work that Erik ten Hag has done. But like he says, it's not about getting credit and recognition for doing well or you're going in the right direction. It's about trophies. And if you get to a final, no one gives a shit if you got there and come second.
Look at us in the 90s.
Exactly. No one remembers that. Everyone remembers that behind you. The treble.
Runners up twice in the Premier League, runners up twice in the FA Cup, 98, Arsenal 99, Man United.
Exactly.
Nobody remembers that.
It's about winning it, and that's why it's catastrophic for Man United. And I'm aware, all the rivals, everyone's a Newcastle fan, apart from Sunderland fans. They're the only people that will want Newcastle to lose this final. Everybody else will be waiting for us to fail. And I'm confident we're not going to do it. Let's talk about the game, though. Let's talk about some of the matchups and the team selections, etc., etc. From a Newcastle perspective, you've got Bruno Guimaraes back, but Nick Pope out. What sort of impact is that going to have?
That's huge. That's honestly, I think it was a very close game. I still do think it'll be a very close game. But I think in terms of the final now itself, if we still had Nick Pope in there, who's had the most clean sheets in the Premier League this season, that would have been obviously a massive plus for us. And the worst thing is that it's not even that we can call on Martin Rafka, our second choice goalkeeper, because he went to you lot.
So ironic.
How mental is that? And then he
only played like 2 games.
And he gets a medal if Man United win.
I hope that happens.
So that's knocked that out. And then we're saying third choice goalkeeper Carl Darlow on loan to Hull. So we're left with fourth choice Loris Karius, a goalkeeper that hasn't played a competitive game of football for 2 years.
Has he actually not played in a game for 2 years?
Since he played in Turkey.
So what was he? Fourth choice? Third? What was he?
Fourth choice in Newcastle, yeah.
Flip it. I didn't even know. When they was like, I was like, oh shit, it's going to be Dubravka. Then it was like, oh shit, no, he's cut tied. Then I saw that Darlow was like, and I was like, who even is their other keeper? Like, I thought it was going to have to be a kid from the Rezzies or something.
We've got an 18-year-old kid from the Rezzies on the bench.
He's going to be on the bench.
So we've got Mark Gillespie as well, who's a 30-year-old Geordie who's played for Motherwell. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing, and then you've got...
Imagine Karius got injured or something, and you had to bring in the young kid. Like,
that's the kind of thing I would be more worried if it was a youngin or Gillespie. Because with Karius, yes, we all know he had an absolute disaster. But that was 5 years ago. We hope he's picked himself up now. Well, Newcastle fans do, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's shown at times he can be a good goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? In the Champions League and stuff. So he just had that one moment of
settings.
So we'll wait and see. It all depends on Karius, but
I think it's going to be fascinating in midfield, bro. I'm not going to lie to you because obviously Bruno Guimaraes, you lot are waxing lyrical about him. You lot love him. He's been like, it looks from afar that he's like what our Bruno is to us, where we just love him and he's really taken to the club and the club's taken to him. He's taken to the city and it's becoming his club.
Yeah.
It looks like the early shades. Now, he hasn't, to me, I think our Bruno is better. I think our Bruno has the kind of stardust, but I respect Bruno Guimaraes. I think he's good. I do think he's good. I think he does like a variety of things like quite well, like a mixture. Like I don't see him as a specialist in anything. I see him as like an actual proper centre midfielder. Like he can put a tackle in, he can
complete.
Get up. Yeah. Good shot on him. Decent range of passing. Like you said, quite complete. He's a good. But him against Casemiro, another Brazilian. You've got
battles.
Fred, who I'm sure will start. He's in great form.
Joe Linton against Fred.
Brazilians
all over the park.
It's a Brazilian takeover in this.
It's a Brazilian
fascinating matchup, bro, in midfield.
For me, it's going to be I'm actually very excited to see how that midfield battle goes between Joe Linton and Fred. Bruno v Bruno. Yeah. You know, it's going to be really mouth-watering, to be fair, and it could get feisty.
Casemiro on Longstaff. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. What are Newcastle going to do up front? Are they going to go Isak through the middle? Is St. Maximin going to start on the left? Is it not going to be that? Is Joe Linton going to start on the left, or is Willett going to what do you think your team's going to be?
This is the hardest call to make because Alan St. Maximin was brilliant against Liverpool. He's been off the pace though quite a bit recently. But if Alan St. Maximin starts, he's got the chance to shine, hasn't he? He can steal a show, and he loves that. He loves being centre of attention. He loves being the main man. So if he's up for it on his day, he's absolutely unreal on his day. It's just the risk with Alan St. Maximin is he's tracking back, his defensive capabilities, and that is why Eddie Howe might go for a Willock instead of his fit. Or, he might want a bit more security for the fullbacks and Dan Burn, because Alan St. Maximin can win you a game going forward, but he could lose you not tracking back.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hear you with that. For us, I think he goes Dalot instead of Wan-Bissaka this time round.
Yeah?
I think Wan-Bissaka's been really good. Started both games against Barcelona, rightly so. And then I think there was just a little period in that Barcelona game where I think Ten Hag just wanted a bit more quality on the ball in that position, and he took him out, and Dalot did quite well. It is kind of 50-50 though. It is. I honestly can't really call it, but I'm just leaning a bit more towards to Dalot starting this cup final. I just got a feeling, but I could be wrong. It could easily be Wan-Bissaka. It's that close. Martinez and Varane, bro. I know you guys got Botman and Shaw, who have been doing really well. Listen,
Varane looked brilliant last night as well, though.
Oh, bro, honestly, they have been unbelievable. And you talk about big games, cup finals, big occasions. I've mentioned Casemiro already. You got a World Cup. You got 2 World Cup winners next to each other. It's insane. And Luke Shaw right now, for me, is the best left back in the league, best full back in the league. I know you got Trips as well.
I was just about to mention Trippier because
he's one of ours. Productivity, he's the leader as well.
He's one of ours where it's going to be vital having him lead the lads out of Wembley, because he's done that for England at finals, finals and semi-finals, and he's done it at Atletico Madrid, won La Liga, Champions League final with Spurs. So he's one of our main players in terms of
big games,
having that experience, settling down maybe the nerves of a Dan Burn who hasn't done it before.
We need to make sure Rashford's. I mean, I don't know if we don't know the latest to see if Rashford's injured or not, but it'd be interesting to see what Ten Hag does in the number 9 position /10 position, because Anthony's back now. He'll start. I'm sure he'll start. So that should put Bruno back to the 10, which should put Sancho back to the left, I would have thought, and Rashford through the middle. But we don't know if he's going to be fit. And also tactically, he likes Weghorst in his 10 position, just behind. Yeah, because of the work he does. So could he go Jadon on the left with Bruno still on the right? I don't know. Now Anthony's back, I think that's it for Weghorst in that. I think that was just an emergency because we needed a bit of balance because Anthony weren't there. And we've got Garnacho to come off the bench as well.
He's dangerous, man. He looked dangerous.
Yeah, you see, you got your Garnacho hairstyle, bro.
Dual Linton haircut. Who had it first? I've had this since 2018. Garnacho
I do remember it. You got your Garnacho and your Anthony hair ready, bro. I like that, mate.
My Brazilians, Dual Linton and Bruno.
Oh, man. What a game. Massive, massive game. Cup final. Right. Decisions time. We spoke about the game. We spoke about players, potential starting lineups. Give me a prediction.
You're going to love this. 1-1.
Yeah.
Penalty shootout win for Newcastle. Karius, written in the stars.
A penalty shootout.
The thing is, I don't actually think he'll save many. I think he'll just hit the post over the bar.
Nah, I'm going. I say a lot of games like this, and I've been right. Tight 2-1, Man United win. I think it'll be cagey. I think you'll make it difficult for us. I just think the quality will shine through, and we'll have just too much for you on the day.
If Rashford's out, I'll be a lot more confident.
Yeah, and do you know what? I say this, even if Rashford's out, even if he'd be a big, massive miss. We've allowed him so much. But I just back Erik Ten Hag to find a solution because he's that damn good.
Fair enough.
Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, make sure you check out the Magpie Channel as well to see all of their content, especially once we've beaten them, you can go and have a look to see what they were saying, you know what I mean? And let us know your predicted lineups for this game and your predictions for the scoreline as well. We will be lifting that cup, not truck, that cup. It's been a long day. At Wembley on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. kickoff in England. We will see you there. Come on!